Mr. Sushil has more than 30 years of experience in supply chain management, in manufacturing, as well as retail vertical. He is also a director on board of Lord's Freight and 2 into 2 Logistics. May I now request Mr. Sushil to take over and give his insights on the webinar, please.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we are witnessing today in the world has never been there. I mean, we are going through a real crisis. But at the same time, my belief is such crises also bring, new opportunities. Opportunities for us to relook at the way we are living our life. Opportunities for us to relook at the way we are doing the business. And everything can be now changed. In fact, the lockdown of now more than 5 weeks has taught us a lot of things. For example, we have learned how to work from home. We have learned how to manage within the reduced means. We are not going after expensive things. We have learned how not to spend beyond our requirements, because at the time lockdown is there, you're not able to either go out or buy anything which is banned by the government. So this has really taught us how to change the whole mechanism of how you are living your life, as well as how you can do the business. My firm belief is that going forward, one of the major change which you will see, and which every company will surely work upon, is to see how to reduce the manpower either in factories, in the warehouses, or even in offices. They will start identifying the kind of work which can easily be handled by working from home. Now, a company like us, which is in logistics space and which requires the physical movement of goods, etc., may not be able to adopt to a great extent like an IT company. An IT company probably can look at more than 50% staff or 75% staff working from home. But for a logistics company, that may be naturally difficult. But when we start seriously thinking about it, there are various possibilities which are there in terms of reducing the footfalls in some of these places. We can very clearly see there are various jobs which we can do from home. So the corporate offices or head offices probably will see a different order being created. We also see that there are a lot of possibilities of doing automation in the warehouses or factories, which will further meet the objective of social distancing by reducing the manpower. We also believe that a lot of changes in the processes will take place, or it has to take place, whether the industry comes together, whether, for example, logistics service provider and logistics users come together, or whether it comes by a directive from the government. But many of these processes will undergo a change, and which will be beneficial in long run. Just to pick up one example of that is, let's look at in the transportation industry. One of the biggest problem is in terms of the POD collection. And there is a lot of physical movement of paper, signatures, and later on, taking all the PODs, submitting it to your customers. Not only that, the whole process is a very delayed process in terms of the billing, etc., and the fund flow, but it has various touch points and a lot of paper needs to move. Now one can think of saying that why cannot we have the e-POD, the electronic POD, or the apps where somebody can certify that the goods have been received? Why we cannot move to the electronic invoicing? Why any of these papers should move? Not only in light of the COVID-19, this will be a beneficial thing, but even from a sustainability point of view, it will be a great thing. So these are some of the changes which I think industry will witness, and it has to move. Now, coming back to the things which I was, in the starting, I was trying to tell, I think these changes will happen both at your personal life level as well as at the business level, etc. Now, in case of the business, of course, each industry may feel a different impact. For example, one can forecast that a travel industry or a tourism industry may take a big hit because in future it appears that international travel become more and more difficult. Each country probably will put their own restriction or medical checks, etc., which will prohibit people traveling very frequently or very easily. So because of these changes, tourism will take a big hit. Some countries which are dependent highly on the tourism may feel the impact for a very, very long time. Same way, hospitality industry, which is linked very closely with the tourism, they may feel the pinch. But there may be opportunity for a whole set of industry. For example, the pharma obviously will have a positive impact of the whole thing. The companies which are now making the face mask or the disinfectant and other thing will have a very different positive impact on this, because it's going to stay. See, corona even after lockdown is not going to go away. It's now going to stay with us probably forever, and one has to start thinking how to live with corona, not minus the corona. And that is the most important thing. And that is why even when we are planning in our company back to work policies, we are keeping in mind that as a long term impact, how we have to ensure that all the norms of whether it is social distancing, safety, etc., are to be performed, and how we will manage over a period of time. There may be a plan for first 3 months, then there may be a plan for next 6 months. Like that, there are different steps by which we are planning. But coming back to the impact, as I was saying, every industry may have a different impact. One of the theory which I believe in is that because of the social distancing norms, etc., probably you will see that in a city like Mumbai, where the metros or the local trains are so overcrowded, or buses are so overcrowded, that people will have a little mindset to move away from that if possible. And that may have a positive impact maybe on a two-wheeler industry sales. So a lot of people are saying that automotive industry actually will face a big problem, and people are not going to buy. But my belief is that two-wheeler industry probably will be benefited from this pandemic, while there may be impact on the high-end cars and those kind of industry. So I don't want to just go on with each industry, but each industry will have a different impact, and they'll have to start rethinking about their business model and how to come out of this crisis. So that's my view. Thank you very much.